There's this mountain in the middle of Madera Canyon. It looks quite small, simply because it's next to two very high peaks, the tallest peaks in the Santa Rita Mountains. Now, I've wanted to go up this mountain, Jack Mountain, for a number of years, but I've never made it. So my folks and I went out and I started them up the steepest section of the drainage where you could get to the ridge below this mountain, but they petered out quite a long ways before we got up there. So that was a pretty good hike. We had everything we needed except for a pair of snowshoes. We're gonna finally try to go up Jack Mountain. Now, Jack Mountain, you may have heard me talk about a few times before. This is a little mountain. Actually, it's fairly big, but little in comparison to the Santa Ritas, and it's in the middle of Madera Canyon. Where the road ends is typically where the adventure begins for me. My name is Matthew, and this is Exploring God's Country. What is it out here? Probably 55 degrees? 50? 50?
I don't know, it feels a little chilly.
Right after the parking lot, the trail turns. And you want to make sure and take the branch to Josephine Saddle. Old Baldy Trail is a trail I've taken many times. Now, from that turn to Josephine Saddle is right around 2.2 miles, according to the sign. And I have to say, it's one of those trails, it is quite beautiful, but I constantly ask myself, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Once you get up, it's a junction of all the trails to access the fun areas. This trail to Josephine Saddle is not difficult at all. You can do it in traditional hiking clothes or just a pair of sneakers and that. We are right in the middle of our winter monsoons, so we had quite a bit of rain and snow up here in the Santa Ritas, especially in Madera Canyon and above. Typically, you don't see snow like this in the desert, though, so it's a real rare treat. It's only a few weeks or maybe a month out of the year you see things like this.
Wrightson's right there, 20 minutes away.
Let's do it.
We should bag that too while we're at it.
You hit that on the way back down.
Down in the valley out of the mountains here, it's supposed to be 75 degrees outside today, which if ever you do come up into Madera Canyon or higher into the mountains here, we are, I don't know if my watch will tell me, we're 6,400 feet here. It is quite a bit cooler. And so many of my friends ask me, well, how do you tolerate the heat in the summer out here? Simple. I just come up to places like this. How many more minutes to the top?
20.
The trail isn't too steep, this Old Baldy trail going to Josephine Saddle. However, it's completely frozen. It'd be kind of nice to have a pair of crampons here right now, but we're making do. I can start hearing the wind howl over this pass here, otherwise known as Josephine Saddle. We made it to the Josephine Saddle, and we're at a juncture of many trails. There's another sign right over here, but we're gonna head south on, I believe it's called the Agua Calliente Saddle. It's one of them where they break a leg or something and two stayed with them and they all froze to death. Hard to believe you freeze to death out here.
Yeah.
But, looking at the ground today, it's really possible.
Yeah, definitely.
I got oranges in my drought, my wet back here. Oranges in my bag.
Josephine Saddle.
There it is. There's
Agua
a little
Calliente
offshoot.
Saddle. That's the offshoot to the left, yeah.
We had a little bite to eat back there. That was real refreshing. Now we're headed to the south from Josephine Saddle towards what we're thinking will be more of a social trail to the top of Jack Mountain. Behind me here is one of the most beautiful peaks in the area. It's Mount Wrightson. It's just over 9,400 feet. It's not a difficult walk, but it's a long one. I've camped out on the mountain, I don't know, 3 times maybe, and that's not enough. I'd really like to come up here and spend several days just looking around these higher reaches.
Oh man, look at the observatory. It's right there.
Jack Mountain is literally right in front of us here. So yeah, this looks really easy. Very gentle slope. So I found some more containers of food from Mexico. Gonna carry these out. Dave forging a path ahead for us. Behind me is a little, I don't know, we call it test hole. They dug a small hole here, probably looking for minerals to mine. This is the summit of Jack Mountain. We got a beautiful view of the ridgeline with Josephine Peak and Mount Wrightson behind me. So what is this, Victory chocolate?
Victory chocolate, man.
Oh, thanks, this is great.
Nothing like chocolate on the summit of a peak.
It was pretty gosh darn good. It's hard to believe that that's a good 2,000 feet above where we're at right now.
When I've been up on these summits in the past in the Santa Ritas, a lot of times they're just covered with ladybugs at the summits. I don't know what it is.
Goodbye, Jack Mountain. We are on our way down, back to the car through all this snow. That was a short little jaunt off the Agua Calliente Trail and well worth it in my opinion. The views are pretty awesome coming back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dave lost one of his trekking poles on the way up, and so we got an eye out for this thing. We've been looking the whole way down.
Look,
You found it?
there it is.
Oh, really? I walked right by it.
My stick.
Oh my gosh.
Right. That's awesome.
We can see the truck from here. It's right there. We're almost back.
All right. Success.
So what'd you guys think of that hike?
Good. Now we know Jack.
Yeah, we know Jack now. What about you, Dave? How'd you like that
It
one?
was good. I hadn't been to that summit before, although I've been on a lot of that
Oh,
same
really?
trail before.
I absolutely love creating these hiking videos here for YouTube, and I'm so very thankful that you can come along. I don't know when I'll be able to get out there again, hopefully soon, but when I do, I sure hope to see you then.